Alright, looks like Jade. Significant points of interest in this map are the choke points. Well, they're not really choke points. They've been widened quite a bit, so it's hard to bot block, leading up to the double footies and archers, and obviously the core at the middle of the map. I believe that's 25 damage per second as you are moving and inside, and the teleporters leading to the back door. I believe everyone's sort of familiar with these maps, though, especially if you're here listening to this. Initial build analysis, we're looking at a very standard sort of, balanced pressure build. We've got the Ranger and the Necro on the midline for OG, and some sort of LE, Fire LE as a
Fire.
and we've got triple physical and Ranger Necro on sup. So that's kind of like the 8v8 sort of. I mean, it's sort of committed with the 8v8 with the triple physical, but that assassin is always that wild card depending on that build, and we'll see specifically later. We have some. We have an initial sort of difference, I guess. What is that, number 6? Is he... Why did he run
just
that way?
ran out portal, I don't know.
Maybe they were expecting some kind of heavy split out the portal, I don't know.
Well, that is possible, especially with how Sup played that Frozen out. That was really impressive. And it's an option for Jade, but really I've seen most Jade matches played as if they were 8v8 map. And you see the Ritz immediately taking position in the Coral, and number 4, Ellie, already under a little bit of pressure as he runs through the Coral to get to the main engagement, getting trained by number 2 Warrior from Sup. Peels off.
Assassin of Sup is running Assault, so he doesn't have a snare. More 8v8 orientated.
So they're definitely looking to roll OG 8v8, but they are under a lot of pressure, significant pressure on number 7 as his D-stance wears off and he does get a weapon spell. And they're getting some training going on the number 8. He dashes in, he looks like he's going to overcap. So initial flag advantage for Sup as they elect to cap second. And it looks like neither team is double running, so it looks like it's going to be just a straight slugfest, really.
OG actually has to flag at the stand again now. It's going to run it in.
OG kept their runner back for a second.
Oh,
flag,
I'm sorry.
So
that is a double run then. So that is a big advantage for OG since really like average
Sup really
health,
taking a lot of pressure.
Yeah, like 50-60% here. Wow, what was that? What was just hit both warriors? Was that a Rodgorts in a frenzy? That was pretty huge. Great Fire Ellie play from the fabled Sarah Bear, number 4 OG, landing those nice AoE hits. But it looks like with the retreat, Sup is going to recover a little bit. Condi seemed to have fallen off completely. You got to wonder if Apply just got D-shotted on Mr. United States number 3 Ranger of OG, and is trying to reciprocate that onto Jack Eagle as well, number 4 of Sup. But unfortunately, he is getting some great poison spread and a nice kill. Caster set sloppy on that Fire Ellie, pushed up. See, that is a terrible position to be in, because if you want to kite back, you have to kite around and back like he just did. And now they've really relinquished quite a bit of advantage. Flag being run by the Warrior, number 2 Sup, going through the core. Looks like they're going to intercept him. Miss Bulls there. Looks like he's going to get shocked. He needs that stability. 50 seconds till boost. He's probably going to make it in. Goes in through the safe way. No snares on him right now. And Fire, look, he's really falling back. He's got that DP. He's really trying to play it safe from this point forward, but that's not what they need right now. They need to push that advantage and get some damage. And he's hitting Warrior, and that's not what they need. They need to get some damage. Nice double hit in that on what's trying to stop their flagger, which is the written number 8. Kinda getting blocked, really eating a lot of damage, and dashing through. Yeah, for sure, getting crit shot.
That actually put them under a lot of pressure.
Shiori, number 7. Yeah, they did expend a lot of energy keeping him alive, and it looks like immediate pressure on Shio as he reses, and the Rit is in a terrible position, dashes through his team again. That was not a good decision by OG. They had a great advantage on the field, and they just could not seal it. And they just relinquished it immediately by running with that Rit and taking that death on that Fire Ellie. That was really sloppy. That's one of those times where tactics were solid, and just individual player mistakes really just kind of added up a little here, a little there. And
That was a good
Ooh,
job
shit.
from Sup. Training that flagger for so long, it just stopped him from doing any kind of party healing, and it made the monks expend a lot of energy.
Yeah, that was very solid response from Sup. Obviously, they're the more experienced guild. They've got, I believe they've got at least one gold cape under their belt.
I think it's 2 actually.
Yeah, so okay, so 2. And now with 2 characters at 15 DP, Chio just getting bursted down so hard. Great stability, catches that Death Hammer again. And they've once again gone on the offense. So that Warrior just eating some lineback damage. That Assassin, I don't know, he's able to put out some great pressure with that Assault Enchantment. I imagine that's partially why Chio's about to get almost done. And Sup is really pushing their luck with this offense push. Number 8, once again, they're reflecting what Sup did to them earlier. Training that flagger, keeping them from getting those party heals. Nice
Have to
shot.
watch him.
He is, very good at fist rate, no follow-up damage. If that Ranger would have savaged, I think he would have killed him. That was a deep wound and less than 20% health to finish him. And a good kill anyway on the Warrior overextended. Everyone was falling back to deal with that flare, and the Warrior kind of stuck around. Hammer set, dying, overextended, gets death packed up to half health, immediately eats some fire damage. And it looks like the Slugfest is up and at him, you know. You've got a flag coming in already, flag not picked up for Sup to deal with it. And once again, running with that runner, Chio's in a lot of trouble, could use a weapon spell to get some of that pressure off. 2 physicals, nope, 1 physical on him. Assassin pushing up for that flagger again. Crypt shot great before he could even start putting pressure on. That Ranger's really keeping his eye open. Very well done by him. Once again, relinquishing that poison pressure. He's not really spreading the Ranger on OG. And now he's starting, but, you know, it's a little bit too late. 6 targets poisoned for OG. Jackie goes up really on top of that spread. And not getting his apply interrupted. And it looks like the pressure has been reversed, though the thing to note here is that the flag is just now moving in for Sup. He's gonna drop a spirit dot. Oh, Chio Ori gets spiked down again on Cassette. 15 DP on Cassette. That is really for shame.
They've packed it as well now, so they have to be careful.
He's packed 30 DP. Gets a stability a little bit too late, eating a lot of damage. They've got to be careful with that advanced positioning. Chio Ori's only reason to be up front is if he has a weapon spell. There's no way he's going to be able to stand that aggressively with an Assault Enchantments on him, you know? And it looks like a bit of pressure on this Fire Elite, but not really able to deal with it. Looks like they're going to try and draw him back into that push that got that Hammer Warrior killed earlier. Though...
OG having to retreat here, putting them back again.
Though, is that an issue of energy, or oh my gosh, they didn't have another flag. Were they so convinced that they were gonna wipe Sup that they did not bother getting another flag after that one? It looks like Chio's about to go down again, and that's a pack kill. That is gonna be pretty huge. 20 seconds until they red. And it looks like nobody's in position to sink them. They're going to have to fall back right now, eat a couple more deaths. Definitely giving up all these NPCs. There's no way they're going to be able to hold this and be able to live after
They
8.
save number 6.
Oh man, he is in a terrible position. He kind of Barry Sanders his way around, kind of slipping out through there. Gets a meteor in order to... That was a good, well-timed meteor to try and save his monk from getting body blocked, but... he's having to stop and cast.
Or is almost there to save him.
Yeah, it looks like
he will be safe.
Definitely had to give up those footies though, and that's pretty huge for getting a boost, because they're not going to be able to charge through all that. That was interesting, because Sup looked like they were under a ton of pressure, and then they just stabilized instantly. It looked like the Rit came to stand after capping the flag and just like jettisoned all his energy to get them back on their feet.
It looked like OG Chai was trying to draw them back just because, 1, their monks are under pressure, and 2, because they have that fire alley. If stuff goes on the bridge, it'd be really
I would agree more. Like, that's what I thought initially, and then I saw that the flag wasn't even picked up at that point, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, the plan kind of